Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear teachers. And today I have selected a topic for you, that is classroom discipline and management. Remember, while teaching, the best thing in teachers is how they discipline their class. The power of teacher is in their leadership. If you are a good leader, if you are a professional teacher, then you must know that how to discipline your class. For that, remember that first of all, you have to discipline yourself. हम खुद को discipline करेंगे तो हम classroom का discipline maintain रख सकेंगे. For that, we have to be a role model. And when you discipline your class, then you manage everything very easily in your class. If your class is not disciplined, then management in classroom is not possible. So this topic, that how to discipline your class and how to manage it. You know, many times we say that our class is not disciplined. I must tell you one thing, that there are some of our own weaknesses. Because of that, the child takes advantage and disturb you. मैं कई दफा बच्चों से कहता हूं कि शैतानी अगर आप नहीं करोगे तो कौन करेगा? अब हम तो नहीं करेंगे, तो बच्चे का काम ही है शैतानी. बट देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन शैतानी एंड बदतमीजी. सो योर चाइल्ड शुड बी एक्टिव but not misbehavior. Misbehavior is not allowed. For that, you have to discipline your class. It is not like that. That discipline is not this, that you will zip your students, that nobody will speak. This is not discipline. Discipline means when you are explaining anything, there should be pin drop silence and every child should be attentive, listening to you. This is what discipline is. When you are talking to your students, every child is attentive and every child is ready to give answer to you. This is called discipline. When you are doing some comedy or playing some game with your students, there should be no extra noise in your class. They should take interest in playing that game or listening to a story that you are telling them. This is what discipline is. When you enter your class, when your period starts and you enter your class, every child should stand in a very disciplined manner and with a smiling face say good morning to you. Now, when I say that there are some weak areas, I give you one example. When you are teaching, and some teachers, they have habit, they take scale or they take duster and they beat on table with duster. And you know what? By this, we ourselves are disturbing the discipline of the class. Only one or two children, they are disturbing your class. And you started beating the table with a scale or a duster. And by this, what you are doing is, you are disturbing each and every student of your class, not even your class, but the next classroom that is very close to you in the corridor or in the opposite side of the corridor. So you are disturbing students studying over there also. So let's start classroom discipline and management. I hope that you will listen very carefully and hope that you will understand what basically Sir Javed wants to explain all my teachers. So let's start classroom discipline and management. Classroom discipline and management. So teachers, we are starting the topic now, and the first top discussion that we will do is, it's easier to get easier. Now look at the topic, look at the heading of this. It's easier to get easier. If we will feel easy during a class, then we will control our class very easily. Now how to get easy? First, prepare your plans. I told you when I was doing teacher training workshop that a good teacher always do lesson planning. So we must be ready, we must be planned that what we are going to do tomorrow morning in our classes. Then remember, there are two type of teachers. One are polite teachers and one are serious teachers. I'm not telling harsh teachers. Harsh teachers, basically I always say that harsh, rude teachers are not teachers basically. They are some army officers or something. They are not there to teach, they only keep discipline in class. We are not here to keep discipline only, we have to teach also. So serious teacher is a very good teacher, because serious teacher, they teaches very well. Polite teachers, students love them, but if you are polite, serious teacher will not feel any problem in keeping discipline in their class if the teacher is well planned. Polite teacher, if you are polite, then never smile until Christmas. So when I say until Christmas, it means that unless and until a big thing happened in your class, then smile. Because already you are polite. If you will start smiling, then student will take you granted, and you are already polite, and with your smile they will not sit quietly in your class and they will always disturb you. Then fairness is the key. Remember that be fair with all your students. You will be respected. Some teachers I have seen in my life, they always say that students don't respect me. You know what the reason behind it is? That student judge your unfairness. When student will judge this, that you love few students more than us, then what will happen? When one student will say, even if a single student of mine will say, sir, you love Ali more than me, sir, you take care of Nazia more than me, then it means that I am doing some unfairness in class. And students, they very easily, you have seen at the houses also, your younger brother, sister, your sons and daughter, sometimes they use this word, yes, you always take care of my brother only, you are not taking care of me. So when these words are used, then remember that really we are doing some unfairness. So remember that be fair with all your students, not only in marking their paper, not only in making their results, but even when you appreciate some of the students, try to appreciate everyone in your class. If your very good student do something wrong, never say, okay, it's fine, you have done wrong today, never mind, and you scold other student on the same mistake. So be careful that you have to be fair with all the students. Then we say deal with disruption with little interruption. I have given you example that sometimes it happens that what teachers do, they start beating the table, they start shouting. So never shout on disturbing student. You know, you have started your lecture and you will agree with me that from 10 minutes you have started your lecture and everybody is listening to you very carefully. The atmosphere of class is very good. You are started loving to teach in your class because your topic is going very well. Suddenly one student start disturbing or started talking to other or looking out of the window, and you know what we do normally at that time? We start shouting, Ahmed, why you are doing this? Don't look out of the window. You left your lecture and you started this thing. This is what I call disruption. Now what you are doing is you disrupted your class. The whole atmosphere you have disturbed, not the student. That student. Now at that time, what the main thing is, the experienced teachers, serious teachers, what they do at that time, they will carry on their explanation and they will only say, It means that a harsh sound will come and that student will get, or with your finger, just do this to that student. It means that you are carrying on your lecture, but you are telling that student that you are in my eyes. I am looking at you, and after lecture I will see you. So by this, student will attend, and you will attend again to your lecture. He will come back to your lecture, and by this you will not disrupt your class. Ask question from them. Suddenly, if a student is doing, if you're not doing this sound, or not doing this, then at once the topic that you are explaining at that time, suddenly stop that topic and point out that child and ask question what you have explained just 2 or 3 minutes before. Make that student stand and ask question. He will not answer because he is not listening to you. And next time he will not disturb you because he knew that if I will talk to other, if I will look out of the window, the teacher will ask question from me. So disturbance is solved and you have not disrupted your class also. Avoid confrontation in front of students. When I say confrontation, sometimes it happens that we have some issue with another teacher, with our colleague, and in front of student, if we will start fighting on that, this is very bad. We are role model, we should not. And never use winner-loser concept in your class. You know, the very bad thing that we do, and we never point out this thing, the bad thing that we used to do is that what we do is that whenever we start classes, you are a winner. Yes, Nazia always wins in class. In every competition, Nazia is the best. Nazia is the best. And when we used to say this thing, that what we are basically doing is that we are disturbing our class. And winner loser, because when students lose their face in front of the class, they feel ashamed. So why you create that scene where your student will lose his or her face? So this is confrontation basically in class. So you have to avoid this thing. If you will avoid this, then your class atmosphere will be very good. Keep high expectations in class. Now, we teachers, we always accept good results from good students. Why? Why good results from good students? Why not from a weak student? We are here to polish them. We always say, yes, you can't do. Why? That child has got a brain, and that child has got some problem. So why that child is still weak? Because we are not expecting good from them. We are not expecting good answers, good result from them. So always accept good from all your students, not from good students only. Your behavior should be positive. Now, when your behavior is positive, I give you one example. One of my students, what he used to do in class 6, he tries to disturb me. I always tell them to speak in English, and he always say, sir, he is chutki kating, he is dhakka deng, and I never get angry. I always get positive. I know that he is disturbing me, but I always say, no beta, he is pinching you. No beta, he is pushing you. And my behavior was positive, and believe me, after 2 or 3 days, that child stopped that thing. So share your expectation with students. When you want to polish your weak students, or if you want more good grades from good students, then you will tell them, I expect that this time my result will be best in school. I want to beat all the classes. My class percentage, the passing percentage will be high. I expect that the top result of the school, of the whole school, will be from my class. If you will show or tell these expectations of yours, share these with your students, then believe me, your good students and your weak students, everybody will start working for you and your subject, because they love you. Overplan. Sometimes we get free time. Sometimes we have nothing to teach. Sometimes we get substitution in class. That, okay, teacher Nazia is not here, so please you go and take the substitution period in class 6 or 7. Now, if you will go and you will say, I am checking copies, student do some work. Naturally in your class, the loud noises would be there. They will not sit quietly. They will disturb you. So for avoiding free time, you should either in substitution period or in your own period, you should have some worksheets with you. You should have some plan. Write some good, create a game, create some number game on board, create some word sentences game on, write some words and tell your student that come on, make sentences of these words. I will see that who will make the best sentence. So talk about new and future plans. Start talking to them. Don't give them free time. Make them sit and say, what are your future plans? Okay, tell them about yours, that when you were in this class, what you were thinking at that time. So involve your students with you, and don't sit idle. Don't sit and tell them to, this is your free time. No, in school there is no free time. So use additional activities during free time. Now, I am planning for tomorrow, and I know that in my biology period, I will only, in 40 minutes, I will only teach 20 minutes, because this topic is very small, and tomorrow I have to complete the chapter, and only this 20 minutes topic is left. So I know that 20 minutes will be free. So for that, I have to plan some additional activity, so my students will not get the free time. When, believe me teachers, when students get free time, then they disturb you. Be consistent. When I say consistent, that today my mood is not good, today I am not in a mood to talk to you, today I am not in a mood to teach, today I am not in a mood to tell you a joke or smile with you or laugh at your jokes. Moodiness is not allowed. And I always tell teachers that when session starts, at that time teachers must implement rules of my class. Whenever a new student comes to your class, tell all your students in the beginning of the session, during session, every month, every week, tell them, these are my class rules. You have to follow. If you want your teacher to smile with you, if you want me to be polite with you, then you have to follow my rules. So be consistent, make rules for your period, for your classroom, and then if you will work on that consistently, then your students, believe me, that they will not, then you will not lose your respect. Because once you lose the respect, you lose attention of the child. I always tell teachers that if your students love you, then your student will not disturb you. When I say love you, it means your teacher, if your student respect you. It means respect is only there if child is loving you. Start fresh every day. I have told you that don't expect results from good students. Some students are weak and some are disturbing. Like Ahmed is my student and he always disturbs me. When I say start fresh every day, then morning, we teachers, what the bad weakness point is, that we go, before entering the class, we know that I always say, oh God, Ahmed is present today, he will disturb me today. Why because I am not fresh. The last days or last week disturbance done by Ahmed is still in my mind. So I will start fresh, that today Ahmed is not going to disturb me. I will be hopeful from my weak and disturbing students. I am hopeful that my weak students will give a good result in my test. My weak students will attend my lecture today. I am hopeful that they will listen very carefully. I am hopeful that my students will not disturb me today. If one is disturbing you last whole week, today will not be the same. Don't think that again the same thing will happen in your class. So start fresh every day. Think positive and start fresh. So these are the points that I wanted to share with you. And if you have listened carefully, so I'll be thankful to you. And I hope that you will implement these in your classes. Plus, if there are some weak areas, you will try to overcome those weaknesses in you yourself. I hope that the topic that we have discussed today, classroom discipline and management, you have liked it, and I hope that you will implement the tricks, the tips that I have given to you during my lecture. So, and if you will find that the weaknesses that Sir Javed Aziz told you during lecture, if you have those habits, you will try to overcome it. And with this, let's wait for the next video, and that will be for my teachers and everybody. We all teachers need that topic, that is lesson planning. How to plan our lesson in a much better way. So next topic will be lesson planner. We will wait for this. spread education and gain education. And please subscribe my channel, tell your friends and family members to also request them to subscribe the channel of Sir Javed. I am doing hard working for you people. So by this will be my help, and for you yourself, please press the bell icon so that whenever I will upload the video, so you will get the ring over there. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope that you have not I have not disturbed anyone by telling the weakness. Remember, there is a very good quotation that if you will commit a mistake, it means that you are doing something. So if we teachers, if we have some weaknesses, what we need to do is we have to listen to our seniors, and we have to discuss with our colleagues, and we have to, the very first thing that we need to do is to overcome that. So this is a good professional teacher, what a good professional teacher should be. Thank you very much for listening. Best of luck. Love you all and take care. Allah Hafiz.